With the introduction of the new Corvette, there's a debate going on in the car community about whether it is a supercar or a sports car, maybe even a hypercar. In this video, we're going to find out which category it falls into. But before we start the video, I have to tell you these are totally based on my opinion because there is no official definition for any of these categories. To get a clear understanding, we're going to look into three main areas. 1. Price. 2. Power. 3. Number of units. So let's start with the sports car. In the 20th century, the term sports car was used to define the cars that raced in motorsport events. But in the 21st century, that has changed. Typically, we can consider two-door, two-seater cars as sports cars. It should be purposely built for handling, performance, and driver-focused. So that means even though BMW M2, Mercedes-AMG C63, and Honda Civic Type R have sport car performance, they are not considered as sports cars. They are more sporty versions of normal family sedans and coupes. I personally like to call them sporty sedans or coupes. Sports cars can have all the way from 150 horsepower to 550 horsepower. But nowadays, your family SUV also has more than 1,000 horsepower. But only performance cannot make a car a supercar or a sports car. These sports cars can cost around $40,000 to $150,000. Sports cars typically don't have a unit limit. They are produced as much as people want. As an example for sports cars, Nissan Z, Toyota Supra, base model 911 are some of few. Enjoying this video? Please subscribe, comment, and like. Let's move to the supercars. Typically, to be considered as a supercar, it should have a mid-mounted engine arrangement. That's the reason many agree Lamborghini Miura is the first supercar. But every mid-mounted engine car is not a supercar, and not only mid-mounted engine cars can be supercars. Supercars are more expensive than sports cars, ranging from around $200,000 to all the way up to $800,000, and have horsepower ranging from 600 to 1,000 plus. These numbers are not exact. There could be some cars that do not fit into these ranges, but can be considered as a supercar. Only a few thousand units are made every year. A question that a lot of people have is, can two different variants in the same car be supercar and a sports car? I personally believe yes, it can. As an example, base Model 911 and the Corvette Stingray are sports cars. But the 911 Turbo S and Corvette ZR1 are supercars. Normally, supercars have more performance than sports cars. But hey, we live in an era where family sedans have more horsepower than hypercars. So, in summary, an extremely high-performance mid-engine sport car is a pretty solid guideline for what makes a supercar. So, if an extremely high-performance mid-engine sports car is a supercar, what is a hypercar? The word hyper comes from Greek with the meaning of above all. So basically, a hypercar means a car above all cars. They should be more expensive than supercars, have more horsepower than supercars, fewer units produced than supercars, and be technically advanced than all the other cars. Usually, a hypercar will cost more than $1 million, have more than 1,000 horsepower, and are limited to around a few hundred units. Most of the time, these cars break a new technical barrier. As an example, Veyron being the first car to have more than 1,000 horsepower, and the Holy Trinity being the first hypercars to have a hybrid system. Many agree that the McLaren F1 is the first hypercar. However, we do not have a clear definition or some kind of system to divide the cars into these three categories. There are a lot of cars that could not fit into one category where everyone agrees. But I don't think it matters because, as car enthusiasts, we should appreciate every kind of vehicle. As long as humanity exists, we will argue about this. Maybe in the future, we will have a category above the hypercars. What do you think about these categorizations? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, like, and comment. See you in the next one.